Hey, how you doing? This is Byron, and I wanted to go live today, talk about how you can start wholesaling 10K a month, wholesaling real estate. Um, Last year, um, last summer, I actually did my first deal. How I did my first deal wholesaling real estate. Just really got into it this past summer while I was quarantining. And I was just trying to, see if I could do a deal. I had a rental property, so I was trying to see if I can do a deal. And I started actually going in on YouTube, looking at some videos, and I figured out, I just found out how to start wholesaling real estate. I got my first deal, and then from there, I was able to continue to repeat and continue to learn, to grow, and stuff like that. So, just wanted to come and give y'all like some actionable tips, some actionable stuff, so you can go out there and start wholesaling real estate. So the first thing I did, like when I started going on YouTube, was trying to find somebody that I could understand, right? So the first thing I would say, number one thing I would say, is find somebody that you can kind of gel with, that you kind of get, that you kind of understand. I had to find somebody that was more of my speed, that spoke more of my language. Sometimes when you're listening to people and they don't kind of speak your language, it's kind of harder to understand how to wholesale when that person not quite speaking your language. So find somebody that kind of speak your language, that you look at me like, yeah, that's my type of person. They speak my language. So that's number one thing I would say. The second thing I would say you need to do is you got to become obsessed, right? You got to become obsessed with it. Like you got to be all in. Like you got to go all in on it. So when you go all in, you'll be eating up content and you'll learn, right? And the last thing I would say is try to find the basic steps, right? Okay, where does the deal start? Like understanding the process of a deal, right? And the deal starts with a property, right? A lead. That lead is a property and there's a property owner, right? So, bam, okay. How am I going to find leads? Like, how am I going to find properties, right? Am I going to mail people? Am I going to text people? Am I going to call people? Am I just going to go around and just start talking to people? Am I going to start driving around? That's what I did. I kind of went through the process like, okay, if I'm a wholesale, okay, I probably got to, you know, I got to find the property. Okay, how can I find properties? And I looked on YouTube, how do I find properties? And I tried to go with the person that I can understand and try to get step by step from them, because a lot of times they don't have like step by step videos. Even if they make a step by step video, they kind of miss some stuff. So you have to go and be like, and then once you kind of get the process, just go all in. You know what I'm saying? And just take action, right? That's the last thing I would say is you got to take action because you ain't gonna know everything. Like when I found my first property, I didn't know how to write a contract. When I found my first property, I did not know how to write a contract, right? When I found my first property, I found the property. I agreed to the price with the lady, and then I had to go out and figure out how to write a contract. So I went and I figured out how to write a contract. I went to the YouTube and I figured out how to write a contract, wrote the contract up, right? And then, dang, I didn't know how to send the contract to her. So I figured out how to send the contract to her. So then, bam, I sent the contract to her through e-signature. Bam, I was able to do that. She signed it. And it was like, oh crap, what do I do? How do I get it to the attorney's office? And I didn't see nothing out there about what do you do as far as sending stuff to attorney's offices, right? So what I did was I just called up an attorney's office, right? Start calling local attorney's office like, hey, I'm a wholesaler. Do y'all work with wholesalers? Yes, no. I got a lot of yes, no's. And I went on Facebook in a real estate group for my area. And I was able to get some people that was like, hey, go here. So I went to that place, bam, called them, said, hey, what do y'all need? Like, what information do y'all need? They broke down what they needed, right? And I just formatted it that way. And most time, what closing attorneys need, just to let you know right here, most of the times when you're closing a property, the closing attorney, when you get the buyer in the contract, get the seller in the contract, the closing attorney needs the contract between you and the seller. That's usually called the A to B contract, right? They need the seller information, right? So you would attach the contract to the email. You would put the seller information in the email. When I say seller information, seller contact information, their name, email address, phone number, right? What else in that email? Oh, the address. Put the address to the property in that email. Then you want to also let them know who the buyer is going to be. You want a buyer name, buyer phone number, buyer email address, right? And then if there's an assignment, if you're assigning the contract, attach the assignment contract. If you are double closing it, that means you got a purchase sales agreement with seller, purchase sales agreement with the buyer. Put both of them, on that email and send it over to the attorney's office, right? So that's what I would do. And that's what I still do even until this day.